Do you have a girlfriend? What's going on, guys? Bilal Sayeed here. Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're going to be going through the questions and answers that you guys have asked me, just as a way for you guys to get to know me on the YouTube channel, as I appreciate it's still sort of fairly new. And I've answered bare questions on Instagram before, but I thought, yo, let's give YouTube a chance, even though I asked on Instagram. But anyways, alright, so the first question then, what's a quote that changed your life? So for me, I always say this to everyone, is life is a journey from Allah, to Allah, through Allah. We came from Him. The whole journey of life, at the end of every angle we turn to is Allah. Allah guides us through this life. Allah's written our life, and then at the end of our life we obviously return to Him. For me, everything starts with Allah. The message, Islam, starts with Allah. Creation starts with Allah. That's something that is really, really important in my life as well as a person, is acknowledging Allah. When you've got Allah on your side, no one can bring you down. You know, the aid of Allah is, how do I say, you can't defeat Allah, you know what I'm saying? So when you've got Him by your side, nothing can faze you. Nothing can defeat you, nothing can put you down. That is something that is representative in my life, and I think that quote sort of summarizes as well. Alright guys, so the next question then, explain your ethnic background. So my dad is Portuguese, my mum is Indian, but she grew up in Portugal, and they both met in Portugal, and they came to England where I was born, and I'm sort of raised in an Indian Portuguese household. I lean more towards the Portuguese side because that's where my family's been more exposed to. So I'm actually British, but ethnically I'm Portuguese and Indian. I hope that answers your question. What motivates me? So personally, I think my parents motivate me. Seeing them work hard for me is like fuel for me to make sure that, you know, I make them proud, for me to, you know, exceed what my parents have achieved in a good way, in the sense that I can then give back. Just the fact that I know I have to be the best version of myself, not for me, for God. At the end of the day, God's put us on this earth to find our purpose, to fulfill our purpose. And I think if I'm not fulfilling my purpose, I'm here for no reason. I think my purpose motivates me. Allah's put me here for a reason, and I need to fulfill what He's put me here for, if that makes sense. Okay, a photography related question. Which program do you use to edit on? So when it comes to photography, I edit on Adobe Lightroom. I also use Photoshop just to add a few things here and there, or to remove a few things here and there. When it comes to videography, I use Final Cut Pro X. That's what I use. The color grading there is nice. I think if you are someone who's comfortable with Apple and Mac, I would definitely recommend Final Cut Pro. Or if you are someone who's using iMovie, I started on iMovie, and Final Cut is a very, very smooth transition because it's the same shortcuts, the same keypad, the same sort of timeline, and it's a lot easier, very, very user friendly. On my phone I use CapCut. If you are a TikToker, I'm pretty sure you know what CapCut is, but I also use an app called InShot. That's what I use for both photo and video. My favorite go-to lens, now I did a video on this, it's the 35mm 1.8 macro. I do also use the 24-70mm 2.8, but there's something about the 35mm that I just love, which I have done a video on. If you are new to the channel, if that is something that you're interested in getting a review on, if you know what I'm saying. What do I want to do in the future with my YouTube channel? Now, my YouTube channel, I don't actually know where it's headed. I'm kind of in between the whole vlogging side of things, the whole camera tech, reviews, cinematography. I do also want to bring the element of Islam inside as well, because at the end of the day, I'm a Muslim, I have a platform, and I want to use that to promote good into my channel. I do want to vlog, and yeah, a bit of everything really, and I think that's what I'm just going to do. I'm just going to go with what my heart says. I don't know is the answer, and that's kind of a good thing. I just want to see where it goes, find my niche, but do everything that I enjoy. Next question, how did you get into photography and videography, and how did you get so good at it, mashallah? To be fair, I was always a creative child. I loved art, I loved photography, I loved taking photos with my camera, my phone camera, and it sort of took off from there. I think I finished secondary school and my mum bought me a camera, and from there I just started taking pictures, started doing gigs, started getting paid. Then I got into videography a bit more, and yeah, I just took it from there. And I think the best way to get better at anything in life is to just practice. The more you do it, the better you're going to be at it, and that's pretty much the best advice I can give if you are looking to improve your game. I do also recommend watching people who have made it, people who inspire you, because you're going to try to replicate and be inspired by their work, which will influence your work. Follow your niche, follow your style, and you become known for that. And I think that's the most important thing, is just practicing. You're my crush. I like you. Okay. How do you stay steadfast on your faith whilst being surrounded by so much fitna? So I wouldn't consider myself to be someone who's completely religious. I do obviously have strong conviction in Allah, and I think that's where you have to start. Start with Allah. Before the prophets became prophets, before the prophets revealed Islam and spread it across the world, they had to first acknowledge Allah. They had to acknowledge Allah existed, and through that, how do I say, the deen came. So it all starts with God, it all starts with Allah. Whether you're Muslim or non-Muslim, it starts with God. Everything starts with God. God created everything. So I think that now when you understand that God is at the center of everything, you start to learn about God. You start to an extent, understand God. And when you understand God, you love God. And when you love God, you do things out of love for Him. He's bigger than you and me. He knows what we don't. In following Him and trusting Him, will your life then be good? And when you have acknowledgement of Allah, naturally you don't do wrong things, you do good things. I think that's what I would recommend, is being steadfast. To be steadfast, acknowledge Allah. and learn about Allah. What is a characteristic that you dislike in a person? I don't like a person who talks but doesn't walk. Someone who says the most but doesn't live up to what they say. For me, it's a very unattractive feature. You know, if you say you're gonna do something, do it.
Hello, mate.
What's a characteristic that you dislike in a person?
People eat really loudly.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a bit annoying still.
My sister hates when I slap. I don't slap, but you know, like those little slaps. What is your favorite book or favorite podcast that you enjoy? I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't read and I don't listen to podcasts much. Actually, that's a lie. I listen to Freshly Grounded. So if you are looking for something that's both living your life but also a bit of deen, Freshly Grounded is the podcast to go to. Have you watched Freshly Grounded?
Yeah, big up Faisal Chowdhury.
Big up Faisal Chowdhury and that. Yeah? 30 podcast. Definitely something that I recommend. We both watch him, innit?
Yeah.
Have you met him?
I haven't met him yet, no.
Yeah.
Connected with him on LinkedIn, so you need to slide in his LinkedIn.
Which barbers do you go to? Big up Hair Tech and Co. Leicester. Farhan is my barber. Best barber in Leicester, in my opinion.
Bro, got a better barber.
Actually, I'm also a barber. Did you know that? Who's your best barber?
Bilal Sayeed trims.
Yeah. Come on.
I used to get trims from Bilal, then I had to dip back, you know, to my hometown. Nothing beats Bilal trims, fam.
Innit, man?
That's how I got the head, because I didn't get a Bilal Sayeed trim. That's how I have to cover it up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Thank you for gassing me, bro.
Bro, don't worry, plugging that. Alright.
Alright, feature. You made your feature.
In a bit, lads.
Adios.
Food's here, by the way.
Oh, food's here. I'ma come back. How to maintain a positive and healthy mindset. I'm not the best person to ask. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't always have a positive mindset in regards to certain things. But push yourself. Push yourself in everything you do. Push yourself to the next level. Because if you don't, you're gonna be stuck where you're at. You reach a limit, you need to push that limit, is what I'm trying to say. So I think your diet is very important. Your friendships are very important. You know, if you've got like toxic friends, you need to cut them off. If you're in a toxic relationship, cut it out, because you need to know what's good for you. Sometimes what you want isn't what you need. For you to have a healthy mindset, you need to prioritize what's good for you. You need to prioritize what's going to benefit you. Even friends, if you're linking someone and you're not really gaining anything, drop the link up. This goes with relationships, friendships, even family sometimes. Like, don't waste your time. But I think eating healthy is very important, sleeping good, and also go gym, man. Gyms, you know, you're gonna feel better about your body. When you feel good about yourself, like if you know if you look good, if you feel good about your body, if you're healthy, naturally your mindset's better, because you feel good. I hope that answers your question. What camera do I use? So I use two cameras, Canon EOS R6 and a Canon EOS R. How to become confident in public speaking as well. So confidence isn't something that you just gain overnight, it's a process. The key to confidence is to know who you are. When you're in balance with yourself, when you're comfortable with yourself, you find your purpose. You know, you live life on your ones for a bit. You then know who you are. When you know who you are, naturally your characteristics are amplified. But you need to find yourself. If you're struggling with something, seek help. Whatever's setting you back in life, and it could be anything. I don't need to tell you what it is, because you yourself watching this, if there's anything holding you back, you know what that is. Or if you don't know, find out. And once you sort of resolve that, naturally confidence will grow. I think also expose yourself to people who are naturally confident. Put yourself in uncomfortable situations. I'm not the most confident guy. Like, ask certain people that know me, like I'm a quiet guy. Again, it's dependent on your social battery as well, but I'm a very quiet guy naturally. Again, it is dependent on your circle, who you're exposed to, but I think knowing who you are as a person, and that comes in different avenues. What inspires me as a photographer? The creation of Allah. It's an honor to capture what Allah's created, and I think that for me is the fundamental, the foundation of everything that inspires me. I'm gonna end on this one here. My favorite football club, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't have a favorite football club. For those of you that know me, I'm a Ronaldo fan. Like, I'm a fanboy since young. So whatever team Ronaldo plays at, I'm supporting that team. So currently my favorite football club is Manchester. I can't even say that. I support Ronaldo, I don't support a football team. But that doesn't mean that I don't know much about football. I don't support a team. Like, I've never supported a team, I've always just followed Ronaldo. But yeah guys, that's the end of the Q&A. If you guys did enjoy the Q&A, if you've learned something about me or something about life, you know, if you've just benefited from this video, which I hope you have, then please do leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new to the channel. But yeah guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.